Shalom Israel. Let's come to you with a little study right now. This study gonna be about walking with Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. The Father is Yahweh and the Son is Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. It's just saying that it ain't easy walking in His truth, because everybody's so so ignorant to the truth. Everybody's stuck in slave ship doctrine, Christianity or Islam and Buddhism. So it ain't easy walking in the truth and calling on the real name, the Father's true name, Yahweh, and the Son's name, Yahweh Shai. Because you got scoffers out there, you get persecuted. You got a lot of things going on out there that's coming against the men that's teaching the real deal, the truth, according to the word. And according to the Rikar Kodash, the Holy Spirit of Yahweh. All right. Nevertheless, let me just say, I want to say all honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rikar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of a great millstone, the gatekeepers of Israel, Yashaela, and double honors to the elders out there that's leading and guiding the men of great millstone in the right place. And, to the Akims out there, continue doing what you do, allowing the Rikar Kodash to lead you and guide you. All right, I'm going to start in 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father, Yahweh, is not in him. It said, love not the world. It's hard when you come from the world to love not the world. It's hard when everything you always knew is what? It's the world. So that's a major change in your life. And it's hard because when you come into this world, your friends, your associates, your family, they still going to be in the world, and you're going to want to be around them. And, and being around them a lot is going to cause you to go back into the world. And that's a part of loving this world. Even if you got you got people that got goals in this world. I got 5-year goals from now on, or 10-year goals from now on. I'm getting my credit clean, or I want this and I want this and that. But they want this and that in this world. But nevertheless, we are in captivity, people. We are not free. You making plans for captivity, in captivity. That's a part of loving this world. You should be looking for the Messiah to come back anytime now. But no, everybody I'm in college, I'm getting this degree, I got that degree, all them degrees, and you ain't even got a job in it. All because you love this world, you're going to miss the deliverance of Yahweh Shai, the Hamashiach. So you got to come out of the love of this world. You got to cut friends off. Might got friends that still smoking weed, or still dealing drugs, or still trying to hook you up with another nigga's woman. You know what I'm saying? Or still coming and talking in your ear about another woman, and he know that she got a man. That's wicked. You have to, separate yourself from people like that. That's a part of this world. You can't love that. Even for the women out there. You might have a man, and you might be in this world, and then you got a friend, a girlfriend, a lady friend that ain't in the world, that ain't in the word of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, but she's still in the world, might be in Christianity, whatever she's in. And she's still dealing with different niggas, still jumping from nigga to nigga. That can be weak for you. And she's giving you life lessons, but she ain't got nothing. Here you got a steady man, but you taking lessons from somebody that's jumping from man to man. So you got to separate yourself from people like that. I know it's hard, but you have to do it. That's part of loving this world. You can't entertain that, because that's going to keep you double-minded. That's going to keep you reflecting back on the past. So he said, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. What's in this world? You want to create your business. You want to do that. You got 10, 15. That's part of this world. This world is about to be destroyed. If any man loveth the world, The love of the Father Yahweh, excuse me, Salakia, is not in him. So let's find out what the let me see. Give me 1 second. Let's go to Philippians 3 and verse 7. Philippians chapter 3 verse 7. But what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for the Hamashiach. You know the things that was gained to you. You might have certain kind of pull in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff you gained when you was in this world. You know, you might have you might have had like a job, you making like big money. But at the job, the things that you're doing is going against the scriptures. This job is keeping you from eating in the scriptures, keep you from studying, keep you from fellowshipping with the brothers. You know, you're going to have to let that go and pray to the Most High that he find you another job. And he will if you're sincere. You know, so it's a lot of things, you know, people got pulled in this world. Like I used to go to the clubs. I don't do that no more. Because I count it all. I mean, these are things that I gained. I gained a so-called worldly respect out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? I had to let that go. Those I counted lost for Yahweh Shai, for the Hamashiach. Like I counted a lot of things lost. I gained a lot, but I counted lost. You know what I'm saying? I had to let certain things go. I got like, it's people I used to love being around. I still want to be around, but I know it ain't going nowhere. You know, it's going to keep my mind, you know, part of my mind in the world, which is going to make me lukewarm. Neither cold nor hot. So I had to let it go. Family members, you know what I'm saying? Friends. You know, you just going to have to count it all lost. You don't want to. You can still associate here and there. But just to be like, you know, every day hanging around and you know they fully and they folly. You know what I'm saying? They set to do something wicked. You got to count that a loss. Verse 8. Yea, doubtless. And I counted all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, my Lord. So he said he counted it all loss for the excellency of the knowledge of the Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who you evilly call Jesus, the Lord and the Savior. So what does this word excellency means? He counted it loss for the excellency, I can't even pronounce the word, I can't even pronounce it. Salakia. Let me see. Tongue tie. My tongue is called. Salakia. Excellency means the word. Look it up. You can look it up from Strong's G5242. It means authority, power, or to surpass. So he counted the worldly things, all the things that he gained in the world, lost for the excellency of the knowledge, which is this truth, the knowledge of the Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, our Savior, the Lord. So he gained power. He gained authority through the Ruach Kodash, according to the Father and through the Son. This right here, he gained this, the excellency of the knowledge. You know, and he said he surpassed. Like you got people out there say, oh, you think you know everything. You think you smart. No, I don't think I know everything. But I know a lot of things you don't know. Because the Most High has given me the Spirit, the Ruach Kodash, to understand his word. And I have surpassed you in knowledge and wisdom and understanding of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Now, I'm not going to say I'm smarter than you or I surpassed you and say I'm not a carpenter. So I can't say I surpassed you in being a carpenter. I don't fix cars. I'm not a mechanic. So I can't say I surpassed you in being a mechanic. You know? But by the grace and the mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and through the Ruach Kodash, the Holy Spirit, I have surpassed you in the knowledge of our deliverance, in the knowledge of our history, in the knowledge of the Father Yahweh and his Son Yahweh Shai, through the Ruach Kodash, the Holy Spirit. So that's what the excellency is. It's authority and power and being surpassed. So I have the power from the Ruach HaKodesh, from the Holy Spirit, from the Father Yahweh and His Son. And the authority. The authority I'm telling you, the authority through the power of the Most High. You know, through prayer. You know, you can like rebuke demons. And I mean, you got power. We just don't know how to operate in certain powers. But if it's according to this word, He said, if you ask anything in my name, the Father will give it unto you. That's that authority according to the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's that surpassing. Most people you can't call on the Most High asking to do nothing if you don't know His name and you're not lined up with Him. All right, I'm going to continue. For whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count it them but dung, that I may win the Hamashiach, the Messiah. Let me start over. Verse 8, Philippians 3 and 8. Ye doubtless, and I counted all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahushua, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things. I done lost a lot of things following the Hamashiach Yahushua, the Messiah, following this truth, this word. Friends, family, phone don't ring. You know what I'm saying? You know, you lose things. You might lose your woman. You know, because, you know, a lot of women are emotional. A lot of women demand your time. And the Most High Yahweh wants your time. So you got to try to balance that out. You know, the Most High said He loves an equal balance. But you got to find a woman that's willing to, you know, surrender to you as you surrender to the Most High Yahweh. You got to find you a Sarah that will allow you to be her Abraham, which is Lord over her. A woman that want to follow in line according to the scriptures. He said, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung. So he said, even though I suffered these things, it wasn't meant for me if I'm in the word and you turn your back on me. If I'm in the word and this right here is taking out my life. Because that's what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua did. He removed things. So he said he counted all dung. You know what dung is, right? Dung is what you call shit or dookie. But this word right here, you can say in this sense, it means right here, rubbish. I mean, rubbish, worthless. He said, and do them but dung, that I may win Yahushua. So he said, I called them all rubbish, worthless, that I may win the Hamashiach, Yahushua, that I would win His blood that's supposed to cover me, that give me deliverance in the end, which were we at the end. We waiting on the deliverance now. He said He's coming as a thief in the night. All right, follow me to 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians chapter 15. 15 and 58. 15:58. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. And it goes and says, therefore, my beloved brethren, be steadfast, unmovable, always bounding in the work of the Hamashiach of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord, in Yahushua, in Yahweh. So he said you got to stand steadfast. So that means you got to stay strong in this thing. It's going to be a lot of things happening, man. You know, your emotions, I mean, not even your emotions. Sometimes it's going to feel like your heart is in your stomach. You know, you're going to be losing family and loved ones. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be losing friends. People you've been around all your life. You know, you're gonna lose a woman that you didn't know you loved until she left you. Or until she's on the verge of leaving you. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna still stand steadfast for the Hamashiach Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. You know? You're gonna have to stand firm. Alright? And he said, and be unmovable. You stand steadfast and be unmovable. Don't allow those things that you lost, that you counted a loss, you know what I'm saying, which was the worldly things, to make you movable. Be unmovable. Your foundation has got to be solid as a rock. You got to make sure that you have made Yahweh Shai, the Hamashiach, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, your foundation to all things. The solid rock. Don't make your foundation sinking sand. That means you still dealing in that world. For when that wind came or that water came and it washed your sin away, so to wash your foundation away, and you fell what? Dead back into the world, into worldly things. Excuse me. Always abounding in the work of the Lord. Always be abounding in the work of the Most High Father Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai. And that's teaching these words. You see, especially if you watch the Brothers of Great Millstone, man, they putting up 3 videos a day, if possible. But they definitely putting up 3 to 4 to 5 videos a week. You know, and that's bounding in the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to say for myself, I don't like to toot my own horn, but, you know, I'm trying my best to put up 3 to 4 to 5 videos a week. Maybe 6 or 7. Maybe 2 a day, you know, through the week as well. And not only that, I'm always out on the highways and byways. I'm always out in the world, in the streets and the highways and byways, teaching. Non-stop. Everything I do is, I'm abounding in the work of the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, to the best of my ability. He says, abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. See, your labor is not in vain in the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. It's not in vain. You don't see your reward now. You just see things being taken away from you, taken here. You see the storms that you're going through. But he said you have to be tried as gold. He's making you pure. He's taking those impurities out of you. He said for a man, it's going to be, for the men of Israel, it's going to be more precious than the gold of Euphrates or Ophrys. So that's because we're going to go through this fire, these trials and tribulations. And the Most High is going to bring us out on the other side, and we're going to shine like pure gold. You feel me? So even though you got to stand steadfast and unmovable and continuing in the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, knowing that your labor is not in vain, that you do have rewards, that you're storing up your rewards with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, follow me to Romans 12. Romans 12 and 1. Romans chapter 12, verse 1 says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. He said that you present your bodies holy. That means separate. That means to be set aside. Holy means that you set aside for what? For the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. And that's just what we're just reading about in 1 Corinthians 58. I'm going to try to throw that piece in there with it while I'm reading it. He says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy. And that's a part of being steadfast, unmovable. So you set aside. And it says, and always abiding in the work of the Lord. So you set aside and you continue doing the work of the Most High. You're not been defiled with the things of the world. You're not doing all the worldly things that can defile you. He says, been acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. So you've been acceptable unto him by what? Because you're rehearsing his laws, statutes, commandments, and you doing what he said. You know, the trials and tribulations is not moving you. You stand strong and steadfast in Yahweh Shai. And you still doing your reasonable service. You still bringing out this word. Verse 2. And be not conformed to this world. Excuse me, Salakia. He said, be not conformed to this world. That means get away from doing these worldly things, man. You can't be in those clubs. You can't be dealing with no other man's woman. can't be smoking weed, selling drugs. You know, you can't make this spiritual walk physical. You can't be out there trying to fight everybody that don't receive the word. Or some people, the scorners, the people that's talking bad about you, that's coming down against you. It's a spiritual fight. They ain't doing it but stealing their own destruction. You know, I got a family member, but he just, every time he get confused with this word and they don't want to accept it, he gotta attack my character. Well, not even really my character, just my looks. Or you light skin with curly hair. I mean, come on, man, that's rubbish. You know what I'm saying? So don't be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. He said, but don't be conformed to this world, but be ye what? Transformed by the renewing of your mind. That means he said you got to be, see, right now you whitewashed. So in order to be transformed by the renewing of your mind means you got to be brainwashed. Because all that filth that you know, all that Christianity, all that Islam, all that Buddhism, whatever you may be in, that's got to be transformed. That's got to be washed out of your brain. So you got to be brainwashed. Brainwashed is a good thing. What Yahweh shall tell Nicodemus, for you must be born again. That's been transformed. You've been born again. That's been brainwashed. Because you're already whitewashed. Now you must get that whitewashed out of your brain. You gotta get that Renaissance area out your head, out your spirit, out your soul, out your core, that white Edomite Jesus. You gotta come back into the Yahweh Shai, the nappy-headed, the dark brown Messiah that's gonna park that sky and come through. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So you got to renew your mind, man. Get into this word. Start knocking down them strongholds that our ancestors that put in our head, that the so-called Edomites, so-called white man taught them. That ye may prove but you may prove. Hold on, Salakia. Let me read again. Verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good, and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. So by you not conforming to this world and transforming your mind, renewing your mind according to the real word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Father and the Son, you can show that what is good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. Now, what is the perfect will of Yahweh? So how do you show this good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh? So how do you do that? Now let's get into that right quick. Let's go into John. This is how you do that. This is how you show the will of Yahweh, the will of the Most High. All right? That perfect and acceptable. And then what it said? That good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. Let me show you what his will is. Let's go to follow me to the Gospel of John chapter 14 and verse 15. All right. This is the will of Yahweh, of the Most High. If ye love me, keep my commandments. So this is the perfect and good and acceptable will of Yahweh. If you love me, this is Yahweh Shai talking. It's in red, if y'all know what that means. Gospel of John 14:15. If ye love me, keep my commandments. He said, if you love him, you must keep his commandments. So that's that acceptable and good and perfect will of the Most High. You got to keep his commandments to the best of your ability. Follow me to 1 John. 1 John and 5. 1 John 5:3. 1 John chapter 5 verse 3. For this is the love of Yahweh, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. His commandments is not a burden to you. So we must keep his commandments to the best of our ability. You know? Go with me to Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes. You know, I'm not saying that you're going to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? But you can be perfect in Yahweh. And you will be perfect in Yahweh if you continue to do what he asks you to do. I don't know why I do that all the time. Ecclesiastes 7:20. For there is, okay, let me highlight this. 1 second. All right. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 20. For there is not a just man upon earth that doeth good and sinneth not. So this right here said that there is not a just man on earth that doeth good and sinneth not, right? I know that sounds like, so he contradicting himself now, and the Bible's contradicting. No, that's not what they're saying. This is what it's saying. It's saying if you don't have Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, then you can't be a just man. That's what it's saying. If you're not rehearsing the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, then you're not a just man. Because that's what gives you righteousness and puts you in right standing with Yahweh is the law, statutes, commandments. Now listen, let me go to matter of fact, I wrote down a definition of this just. Where was I at? Did I write it down? Just. Okay, you can look it up in Strong's H6662. It's this just right here means lawful or correct. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have Yahweh Shai, if you don't have Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, you're not even lawful. You're definitely not correct. And it also means righteous. This just also means righteous. But now look what this righteous means. It means as justified and vindicated by Yahweh. So that means if you're not in this word, then you're not justified or vindicated by Yahweh. So you don't have righteousness. Your righteousness comes by rehearsing the law, statutes, commandments, and following Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. He says, For there is not a just man upon the earth that doeth good and sinneth not. For we all have sinned and fall short of the glory of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. But what makes you just and righteous is rehearsing these laws, statutes, commandments. All right? Let me see. I got some more stuff for you. Follow me to Proverbs. Proverbs 24:16. Says, For a just man falleth 7 times, and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. So it's telling you that a just man, a man that's in the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, he falls 7 times. That 7 just means completion. I mean, he falls. You know, we all fall short of the glory. But since he's a righteous man, or a just man, he gonna get back up. Excuse me. So like he gonna get back up, and he's not gonna keep falling into the same mistake over and over and over again, because he's a righteous man. He had wisdom and understanding, you know, through the Ruach Kodesh, the Holy Ghost, and so he can take a righteous assessment and know that, okay, this caused me to do this. I'm not gonna do that again. So he's not willfully falling into the same sin over and over and over again. All right? Okay, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. He said, but the wicked, now this person that keep falling into the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, he's going to fall into mischief. He's going to justify. Ain't nobody perfect. All right? So he's going to justify. Let me show you what this mischief means. Mischief, H7451. H7451. That's how you look it up in the Strongs. Mischief means bad, evil, unpleasant, wicked actions, wicked deeds, misery, displeasing, unhappiness. So that means he's not lined up with the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua no more. You know, so he never was really grounded. He didn't have that solid foundation, Yahushua. His foundation was a sand. You know, he didn't have that concrete foundation. He had built this house on sand. And so when he fell, he couldn't get back up. It was a wrap. So he went what? Back into the world. That's a mischief man. But a righteous man, a just man, when he falls, he gets up, learn from his mistake, and he keeps going into the word. He don't take his hand out the plow. All right, follow me to Judges 5:11. All right, Judges 5:11. Let me get this. This is faster. Judges 5:11. All right. It says, they that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the places of drawing waters, which is America, the noise of the archers are those nuclear missiles. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So here you're supposed to be rehearsing what? What's the righteous acts? The law, statutes, and commandments. All right, that's the righteous acts. And hold on, do I got something else? Oh, and let me end this with matter of fact, let's go to Matthews right quick. Follow me to Matthews. Matthews chapter 7. This is bonus scripture I'm giving you. 7:21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of the heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. So he said, not everyone going to enter into the kingdom that says, Lord, Lord. You got so many people out here that's saying, Lord, Lord, but they're not rehearsing these law, statutes, commandments. You know, they're still eating pork. They're still dealing in the world. They haven't transformed their mind. They're still whitewashed. They're not brainwashed no more. They're not brainwashed into the real truth, to the name of Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shai. You know, they're still eating unclean foods, pork, shrimp, crab legs, justifying it. All you got to do is pray over it. No, you pray over what's clean. Because what's clean, say like if you eat chicken, it got salmonella in it. And you don't know nothing about it, but you prayed over that food because it's a clean food. You prayed over it, and Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai protected you. Say you drinking something, somebody don't put something in your drink. You didn't know they put something in your drink, and you prayed over your drink, and you drank it, and it didn't take effect on you. Verse 22, many will say to me in that day, which we in that day now, Lord, 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 have we not prophesied in thy name? In thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. And then will I profess, 23, and then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Iniquity means sin on top of sin. So you're going to say you did all this work for Yahweh, you know, in his name. So some people going to know the name. But he's going to still say, depart from me, for I never knew you. Ye that work iniquity. Because you were still justifying why you eating pork, why you eating shrimp. And you was teaching men that it's okay to do it. You were still justifying why you celebrating Christmas. Tell me it's the Messiah's birthday, Yahweh Shai's birthday. Still justifying why you celebrating Easter, tell me it's the Passover. Huh? Still justifying why you keep dealing with other men and women. Or why women keep jumping from men to men to men to men. See, you still justifying these worldly things, man. Still justifying why you smoking weed, talking about you got cataracts. You know? Still justifying why you selling drugs because you can't find a job. Come on, people, we must wake up, man. We at the end times, man. We are in Jacob's trouble, bro. Matter of fact, let me just read you what's going on right quick. Go follow me to Jeremiah 30 right quick. We in Jacob's trouble, man. It's time to wake up. We are in Jacob's trouble, man. 30 and 7, I believe. Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. So what's going to happen? None is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but ye shall be saved out of it. That's talking about the 1/3 in the elect, the 144,000, the men that's rehearsing the law, statute, commandments, the men that's sighing and crying, that's teaching his word. Look right here. Let me show you something. Look right. I put in Jacob's trouble, right? When I put in Jacob's trouble, look what popped up. You see this? See those missiles popped up? That's what popped up when I put in Jacob's trouble. But one more thing, look what else popped up when I put in Jacob's trouble. You see that? So that's telling you who's Jacob's descendants, who his children is. Come on, people, it's y'all. Wake up, come back to this truth. You know, this is not for everybody. Only the 1/3 going to receive because the 2/3 got to go. You know, so with that saying, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna just say double honors to the men, to the apostles of Great Millstone. First of all, I just want to say Barak Atah Yahweh, Barak Atah Yahweh Shai, Barak Atah Yahweh, Barak Atah Yahweh Shai. You know, I just give the Most High Yahweh all the praises through His Son Yahweh Shai. You know, and I just want to tell the brothers, man, just stay in this word, keep teaching this word, man. Do your best rehearsing these laws, statutes, commandments, man. We in Jacob's trouble and it's about to go down. I know this walk is hard, but you too close to turn back now. Just keep walking. Like they say in that song, walk it out. You hear me? To the 12 tribes, walk it out. Rehearse these laws, statutes, commandments. Fuck what everybody else is saying. Keep calling on that name Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai. You know, I done lost a lot of people, man. But you know what I'm saying? I count it all joy. You know what I'm saying? For Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And I'm going to continue to do my best to bring y'all, you know, the studies as much as possible. And you can always find me on Center Street bringing that truth. Shalom, Akims.